Voting for the August 11th primary in Minnesota starts next week on June 26. One of the most hotly watched races is the GOP primary for Minnesota governor. Kendall Qualls won the party endorsement 2 weeks ago. House Speaker Lisa Demuth says she will continue her run, citing irregularities in voting at the convention. Lisa Demuth will be a guest on this show next week, but we are delighted to have Kendall Qualls on with us today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Glad to be here, Esme. Thank you.
And also, congratulations on winning the party endorsement.
Thank you.
All right. Before we get into the political facts, I do want to ask you about political violence. Your thoughts, are we doing enough as a state, as a nation, about political violence?
First of all, my condolences still to the family. My wife and I went to the Capitol vigil for Melissa Hortman and her husband. And we need to be doing more as far as making sure that understanding that violence is not the answer, is not acceptable, regardless of how angry we might be toward either party or any position. I think that's important for leaders to convey, not only that in their rhetoric, but consistent in that rhetoric.
All right. House Speaker Lisa Demuth had said that she would abide by the endorsement. She changed her mind after what she calls some irregularities. There were problems apparently with voting machines. What do you think about her continuing the race to the primary?
Well, it's unfortunate. When you give your word, people expect that to follow through, regardless of the circumstances. In the previous convention that we had for governor, when I was involved, there was huge irregularities. A lot of people.
This is 4 years ago, and there were, yeah.
Yep, 4 years ago, 2022. Huge irregularities. I had donors willing to fund millions of dollars for me to challenge Scott Jensen in the primary. Number one, I gave my word I would not. Number two, our primaries are so late, right before the general election, that it would be a sabotage for the candidate or myself, and I thought party unity is more important.
Okay. Well, the Republican endorsement has traditionally carried enormous weight, even more so than the Democratic Party endorsement. I do want to ask you about finances. Lisa Demuth has $544,000 cash on hand. You, sir, have $100,000.
Right.
And Senator Amy Klobuchar, the DFL endorsed candidate, has $3.4 million. Are you concerned about this?
No, not at all. First of all, we're going to be successful in the primary. And at the end of the day, this is why people are wanting outsiders. To be able to accomplish and be successful with less money, using less funds, is usually a stock that you want to invest in. Only in politics does you say, well, it takes me more money to accomplish even more than this guy. In fact, I didn't do it, but give us more money.
Okay.
That only happens in politics, and this is why so many people are wanting people from outside the political role, especially now in Minnesota, because of everything that's gone wrong in our state.
Polls show that both you and Lisa Demuth and also Mike Lindell would actually lose by double digits to Amy Klobuchar.
These are the same pollsters that said that Donald Trump would lose against Kamala Harris, who had a lot more money than he did. The same thing with Hillary Clinton, who had a lot more money than President Trump. Same type of pollsters. We're confident that not only we'll win in the primary, that our data also shows that we'll win in general election against Amy Klobuchar.
Are you going to ask, or are you asking for the president's endorsement?
Well, I think the endorsement of the president is an honor for any candidate. So if President Trump endorsed me and we seek his endorsement, of course. He's the president of the United States.
Do you disagree with any of President Trump's policies? A lot of people are concerned about this Iran war and the impact it has had on their bills like groceries and also gas prices.
Esme, when voters go to the polls, the more they're going to be concerned about. The less they're going to be concerned about whether or not do I have a disagreement with Trump. The more they're going to be concerned about is, how are you going to impact my life right now? I'm paying more in taxes than I ever have. Violence is the highest we've ever seen in Minnesota, especially in Minneapolis and Twin Cities.
No, there's some violent crimes in some categories are down in Minneapolis.
Well, you said in some categories. Here's what I can tell you, and this is proven data. Forbes magazine rated 40 different cities in October 2009. Minneapolis was rated #1 safest city with the best quality of life. We're far from that now. The only thing that's changed since that time has been the leadership here in our cities and our state. We need leadership to get things turned around.
I want to ask you quickly your opinion on something that happened at the convention. There was a moment of silence for Derek Chauvin, who killed George Floyd. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think that caught everyone by surprise. No one was expecting that. It was not on the agenda. If anything, if I had my druthers on this, it would have been a moment of silence for fallen officers on duty. We have officers that have been made to be scapegoats and the bad guys in this whole scenario in the last 8 years, and that's wrong.
Are you talking about in the George Floyd scenario or just in general?
In general.
In general.
In general.
Okay.
This should have been an in general recognition of our officers that are serving and those that have been targeted and killed on the line of duty.
Okay, and you had nothing to do with it?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, Kendall Qualls, thank you so much for stopping by. And obviously, it's only 8 weeks until the primary, and voting starts next week, so you're going to be busy.
Yes, voting starts next week, and we're confident that we can get this over the finish line, like we've done the entire campaign trail.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Kendall Qualls, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me this weekend. Speaker Lisa Demuth will join me next week.